Fallout 2 any percent. Right when we start up, we load a character, like pre-created character save, just so we have all the stats realigned and everything like that. You know, name them whatever, any age. So when you start the game, the first area of the game is like the Temple of Trials, and we try and get through it as quickly as possible by running past all these ants. When you open doors in this game, similar to in Fallout 1, if you quick save, like while you're opening the door, it skips the save or the animation of the door opening. So we use that to skip a couple things, but I should talk about this speedrun as a whole. It's pretty heavy with RNG. There are backup strats though, and worst case scenario, you can waste like up to 5 minutes on RNG. So I account for that in my prediction and whatnot. But right now we're just trying to grab this. There's a bomb in this this pot. And you have to like be away from the ants to be out of combat or have enough action points to access it. So we just arm the bomb to blow through this wall and drop it. And if we use first aid on ourselves, it actually skips a bit of time, so we don't have to wait the full minute for the bomb to explode. But again, just running past all the ants, trying to get out of this area. That ant kind of ambushed me. But we're gonna pass a speech check on this dude up here. I think his name is Cameron. I forget, but gonna walk up to him, speech check, and then we get out of the Temple of Trials, which is like a really terrible section. It's like a really hard section of the game. It's annoying, but you just run right through it for the speed run. And so in this game, similar to Fallout 1 also, there's a thing called speed clicking, where if you click with a certain rhythm when you travel southwest or southeast, you can travel at faster speed than normal. I made a quick save right before entering the wasteland just because if you get into a bad encounter, you can quick load and retry. But right now, pretty good. Haven't really encountered anything. Kind of bonked into a wall, and we got 0 encounters there. That's pretty good. Usually it isn't too bad. He'll get like a 2 or 3, but never too bad. So right now we're trying to we gotta pickpocket this vendor and get some money off of him. I don't think they were called caps in this game, not yet at least. We need at least like 3,300 in order to buy everything off of him. But he only has like 2,700, so now we have to go get more, and he also doesn't really have what we need him to have. We need him to have a total of 4 C4 at least. That can be split up between separate trips as well. We need him to have at least 2 Psycho and ideally at least 7 Stim packs. He could have super Stims, that is. So we just pickpocketed some money off of that guy. That guy can be kind of tricky with the pickpocket. He likes to catch you. And if that happens, the fastest way to get out of the animation is to either like quit out of the game and reload it really quick, or just let him like attack you and then load your quick load. But we need more money. So he has 4 bombs. We're gonna buy 2 of them. And after buying it, we need more money. So we just walk behind him, quick save, and then we take our money back. And then we talk to him again. We're gonna buy our bomb again. And like I said, we're looking for. So he has 4 bombs, so it's good. So we're gonna look for also 2 Psycho and at least 6, 7 Super Stims. I don't think he had Super Stims there. But he did have Psycho, so we're all good with that. So we're just gonna arm these bombs and then reverse pickpocket them onto him and then just walk away. And in order to make them blow up and everything and not enter combat, we just leave San Francisco and then re-enter Chinatown. We walk in and he's laying in a pool of his own blood. Right now, he does have power armor, so that's good. Sometimes he doesn't have it, so you have to reload the quick save, kill him again, and then leave or whatever. We'll take the bombs and then take 2 Psycho. So he doesn't have super stims, but that's okay because we have backup strats. It loses a little bit of time, but it's better than grinding the RNG for him to have exactly everything we need. There's several spots where super stims spawn along the run, so. But what we need to do first is we need to go and kill our good old friend Ken Lee. So we have to go up into here. And Ken Lee's up in this room. He's the dude in the white lab coat. We're gonna walk behind him and arm our 2 bombs, and then hope. Like, this run is very RNG heavy, but pretty much hope that he doesn't catch us, and then hope that the bombs do enough damage because he has 90 health, and he likes to survive with 89 health a lot. So at least I feel like I get gypped out on luck with him a lot. So he caught us, so we just quick load real quick. Mispressed my button there. So we arm our bombs again. Try it again. Our 2 guards are watching us very carefully. Let's see if we can get it. Nice. 2 guards were watching us, but they felt we didn't do anything out of the ordinary, so we're just going to speed click down to here. And then once I get down here again to fast forward time real quick, I'm just going to use first aid on myself. This game is like really hard to control. So I'm going to skip through my turn in this like little combat sequence and hope that the second bomb does enough damage. So the first one was 42, so we need the second one to do at least 48. That way it's 90 damage. All right, he died. So now that we leave, or now that we killed him, we leave. We have to go visit the hubologist, however you want to pronounce it. Pretty much the fastest way to get there is to leave and then use a glitch where pressing 6 here actually brings you right to their hideout. And these guys, they're pretty dumb. So in order to converse with them correctly, we have to take our 2 psycho to lower our intelligence from 8 to 1. Because otherwise, we can't progress the quest. And pretty much we're using them to get onto the oil rig, which is where the Enclave are. Because pretty much in order to beat the game, we have to blow up the Enclave base and kill Frank Horgan, which is like the big bad super mutant guy, like leader general in the army for super mutants. So with our low intelligence, we talk to all of these cult members. I'd call them a cult member. Then we just leave, and we're going to go to the oil rig. Once we get there, then we have to level up and everything. I'll do that shortly. But yeah, this game's kind of wonky with control, similar to Fallout 1, because it came out in, like, this game came out in, I think, 98. Fallout 1 was 97, so the controls don't translate too well into controls for a speed game. They're not very intuitive. You have to, like, bring your hand across your keyboard a lot, but you make do with it. Right here, I'll quick save to skip these animations again of the doors opening, because normally the wheel turns and the door slowly opens. Pretty much any door that has a long animation of opening, quick save to leave. And then right now we just go to the oil rig. So now we're at the oil rig. Right away equip our power armor, and then we're going to level up. And because we don't have our super stims, we're going to level up steel as well, because we need to pickpocket a couple. And then we're going to level up speech a lot. So now pretty much our goal is to go kill the president, take his key card, so that we can arm these turrets when we fight Frank Horgan. Also convince a scientist to blow up the base, or the oil rig. Like overload the reactor or whatever. But because we don't have super stims to kill the president, then we need to go and get some. So we're going to grab a couple along the way and lose a decent amount of time in the process, but not the end of the world. Not too bad. So the way super stims work is like, oh, what's the exact mechanic? It's like it deals damage over time, but it gives you a health boost, I think. I think that's exactly what it is. So pretty much we get 7 super stims, and then we use them all on the president. We wait like 5 minutes, and he kind of overdoses because of the health drain. So the first couple super stims are in here. We got 2 from there, so we need at least 5 more. And this is like supposed to be a maze, but it's pretty simple once you know the solution. It's the same every time. Now we also need to grab the Gek inside of here, in a locker, you know, wherever Gek should be kept. And then complete the maze. Use the last little terminal thing. And then we're gonna go down to the floor that the president is on, but we still need more super stims. So both of these super mutant guards spawn with a super stim on them. So we're gonna pickpocket them. Hope they don't catch us, which they can sometimes do. But quick save before each one. So we didn't get caught by either one, which is pretty cool. Pretty fortunate. And then the president is directly to our right. You might see him in the corner of my screen, depending on how I move my camera. But we have to go straight to the scientist area to get more super stims. If we had our super stims right now, we would go straight to the president and kill him and save about... We'll see how much time it would save. Probably about like 30, 40 seconds. But we're gonna come back into this room in a little bit and talk to the scientist about backup strats because RNG wasn't with us. So take these super stims. Whoops. I accidentally didn't press take all and then I exit out. So now we have our 7 super stims. Gotta go and kill the president. Talk to him first though. And we have to be low intelligence while we talk to him. Otherwise we won't progress the dialogue correctly. So we're still at 1 intelligence. Quick save to skip that door animation. Walk up to the president, talk to him, get through that. So now we want to raise our intelligence, so we wait a total of 8 hours. And now I move up my camera so that I have to move my mouse as minimal as possible. And then use all 7 super stims on the president. 7. And then we just wait 10 minutes, and now the president's dead on the floor. And the receptionist and everyone doesn't really think anything of it. Like, hey, this dude is walking around in this power armor that isn't like ours. And the president just dropped dead, but let's not think anything of it, you know. So we go talk to the scientist. Now that we're smart, we can actually converse with him. Tell him to overload the reactor. And pretty much now we have to go and attempt to leave, but we're going to be stopped by Frank Horgan. So we have to go through that fight. And the Horgan Fight essentially is arming turrets and convincing some Enclave soldiers to do the fighting for us, and then we sit there and skip our turn nonstop. And it's pretty RNG based for how long the fight takes. This entire speedrun is like RNG. But like the fight can take at best, if you get like 2-3 god crits, like a minute. Like a god, he has like I think 1,000 health, maybe more. A god, something that like he can get crit for like up to 400. I've gotten that like once. So if you get like 2 of those, he's dead almost immediately. Worst case scenario, the fight's like 2.5-3 minutes, so it's not too bad either way. Quick save before we talk to these guys and convince them to fight for us. And then yeah, we're gonna go and use the president's key card that we looted off of his dead body in order to arm these turrets to fight for us. So 2-1-1, 2-1-1-1. Now the turrets are fighting for us, and so are those Enclave soldiers. We just mashed space, and this actually is pretty, this runs pretty decent. We actually might have a chance to PB, because we got, pretty much all the RNG was pretty good. We got our items from the vendor pretty quick. Got our vendor items pretty quick. Didn't really get caught much when we pickpocketed. Sometimes you get caught like up to like upwards of 5 times in a row, which makes this run kind of worst case scenario. The run could be like 20-22 minutes, I'd say, but it should never really be longer than that. But this run actually has a really good chance of PBing as long as this fight doesn't go terribly. But I think we've gotten a couple crits. One was I think decent size, so the fight should be ending within about a minute, I'd say. So that'd be pretty cool. Oh yeah, he was just hit for 251, so that's pretty big. Lost about 1/4 of his health there. But we're actually on really good pace at the moment. And then every time Horgan fights, he fires his gun, and it's like 3 series of 4 bursts, so that's when I know my turn's about to come up. And that's when I just mash space to skip my turn. So there's actually a long death animation that's like 20 seconds long for Frank Horgan, and it's really like his body like splits in 2 and whatever. And pretty much the first time I set up my game, I turned off, like whenever I was doing runs, I wasn't getting the death animation skip, because there's like, or I wasn't getting that whole death animation. I was skipping it every time, which is like a known bug if he dies on a crit, but I wasn't getting crit kills. They kept skipping his animation, and everyone was like, his game is, or like my game is bugged somehow. Turns out I just had violence off in the settings. So now everyone uses that and it saves like 20 seconds. But yeah, this is actually a really good run. And that's a PB. So yeah, that's Fallout 2.